Good morning, everybody. Hi. Happy February 26th. This is Mara's Monday Morning Messages, and we're going to hop right to it. First card, Veil of Shadows. I think you all can see that. Veil of Shadows. So this is about reminding us, don't you love all these hearts? Again, I don't know exactly how that happens, but here we are, lots of hearts. But it makes sense for today. So your soul is blossoming. It just needs some more mud. It needs some more mud this morning. Hi, Carrie. And hi, Jill. And so when we have more mud, we can spread our roots, we can get more nourishment, and we can thrive, right? But when we're doing that, we still are living in more mud. So if you know what, so it's really, this is more about honoring the shadow sides of ourselves that we have yet to accept. So you know when we're triggered by something, some behavior that someone has done, for example, and we got very angry or upset, we feel really triggered by what they're doing. Maybe we even feel attacked. Many times it's really because we feel so much shame and guilt over that exact personality trait because we have it in ourselves. When we notice it in someone else, it's really because we have it in ourselves. And so, yeah, take a deep breath. Thanks, Jill. I don't know how I did it. So take a deep breath about that and, and realize that how to move forward with that is to come to more acceptance of all of ourselves, of all parts of ourselves. And so we can then find more compassion for ourselves, and then we can find more compassion for the person who's triggering us or the situation that's triggering us. So just recently that's really come up for me in some behaviors of some people around me, and what it started to remind me of when I've behaved in that exact way. And gosh, was that so uncomfortable? But having that realization and then saying like, wow, I've been there. I've felt that way. And I've behaved poorly as well. And so having that realization, loving and accepting myself anyway, knowing I'm a good person anyway, right? And so when you realize that, you can then come to that compassion for that other person. You don't have to like what they're doing. You don't have to forget what they're doing. You don't have to choose to be around it, but realize that it's coming up for us to learn from it. And that is a part of our journey. And when we deny that these parts of us exist, we are actually limiting our own soul's growth and our own capacity. And so be aware of that this week, acknowledging this other side of ourselves, this dark side, this valley of the shadows or veil of the shadows. We can then nourish ourselves and help to integrate these dark sides of us emotionally and physically. And so we can do this through like art, like drawing or painting. We can do it through dance or yoga, moving it through our bodies. I'll sometimes hula hoop. That feels good, and it feels good to move these emotions through our bodies. And this will literally help our souls to thrive. So that's a heavy one, I know, but it came in so strongly and needed to go first before I could talk about anything else. Okay, so some other bigger, we're going to step back for a second. Some bigger themes for this week is be aware, be alert, be discerning. There's a lot of transformational energy coming in this week, and we have a full moon happening on March 2nd, which is Friday. So that is, we're going to be leading up to that, and we're possibly going to be feeling that kind of intense energy as we do that. And these messages also were about seeing, well, you'll see more along as we keep going, but seeing the bigger picture and stepping into more perspective. So that's, you know, the larger themes of this week. Our essential oil blend is the exact same one as it was last week. So what does that mean? So like I just said, like notice the signs, be aware, be alert. When we keep getting the same oil blend or the same card comes up, it really to me means like, this is really important. Take note, and put even more attention to that than you maybe thought was necessary. So I have my DDR Prime already diluted with fractionated coconut oil. I put 10 drops in this 5 ml little roller ball. But you can do what you want. You can put it on neat, however you want. So I'm putting it on my wrists, and I'm also going to put it on my third eye, and I'm also going to put it on my crown chakra. So, you know, this blend, DDR Prime, is the cellular complex from Doterra, and it is about finding the next step on your spiritual journey. So, you know, what we were just talking about, integrating these parts of ourselves that we don't really want to integrate or that we don't want to accept as being ourselves. You know, all of this is really powerful, you know, and powerfully moving us forward. So DDR Prime helps us to get unstuck. So it will help us to do some things that or to integrate these parts of ourselves more easily and seamlessly into us. It'll help us to be more open to that. It also reminds us to play, be creative, and have fun. That's really also how we integrate all of these parts of our souls into ourselves. And that's what our last card, our first card of the day, the Valley of Shadows, also said. So it's great to get that kind of confirmation over and over because, again, it just reminds us that this is really it. This is what this week is about. It gives me a lot of confirmation. Okay, next one is giraffe. So giraffe is about foresight, and it's about being able to see into the future. So this is what I was talking about in terms of this helping us to gain more perspective. So I loved what they wrote in this book. It says the delusions of urgency that grip so many of us prevent us from seeing the bigger picture. So gaining perspective and considering the consequences of our present actions is what this card is reminding us to do. So this is about pausing, taking a step back, imagine yourself as a giraffe with this long neck, looking at things, the long view of things, and not getting so hooked up into the moment. So this is, you know, another reminder to meditate, take a walk, take some time to pause. Okay, next card, set your intentions. So, you know, we live in this world of creation. And so when we purposefully set intentions that are clear and pure, that come from this bigger perspective, and then act as if they have already been achieved, you know, get that inner happiness and glow that we're already there. We are really creating this incredible pathway for its existence. And when you have these clear intentions, you will move along faster. You're so welcome, Gail. Good to see you. So love these intentions, love what you're setting, love what you're putting out there, and then release it. Release it and be unattached to the how. How is this all going to occur? Let that go and be unattached to it. Keep your giraffe perspective about things. Okay, our final card, little releasing there. Our final card is intimacy, which maybe is why I have all the hearts around my face that I couldn't get off of the screen. So love and intimacy are flowing into your life effortlessly is what this card is about. And so when we drop into a loving romance with ourselves, we heal the blocks to true intimacy and can share more deeply with another. And I think this gets back to our first card of really integrating all parts of ourselves. When we love ourselves, not just our good qualities, but our qualities that we would look at and say, like, I wish I wasn't like that. I wish I didn't do those things. I wish I didn't behave in those ways. When we say, you know what? It's tough, but I love myself anyway. I forgive myself. I love myself. I love all parts of myself. Then we can more deeply be in love with ourselves, and then we can more deeply be in love with others. And it just deepens our whole experience here and spiritual journey that we're on, that DDR is helping to get us unstuck from. So I wonder what it would look like if we all walked as a loved human and a loved soul. If we just walked through our life knowing how loved we are. And so a great way to help us with that is using rose oil. So rose oil over the heart a couple times a day, So I keep the oils that come up during these healing sessions, I keep them on my desk. And every time I look at them, I put them on. And it really, I think, it brings back this healing every single time I do that. So rose, helps us to cultivate more divine and self-love, literally. It is the highest vibrational oil on the planet. And it is a super, super powerful heart healer. And it restores us to our own authenticity, our own wholeness, and our own purity. So how beautiful to be able to get back to that place. So even as we are dealing with maybe some of these shadow thoughts and ideas and parts of ourselves, to use this rose oil to remind us that we are, we are authentic and whole, and we are divine love. So remember to smell it too. Okay, everybody, that's the healing for the week. That is, I hope, helpful for all of you. It certainly gave me huge insight for the last couple days I've been having, and then hopefully for how we move into this next week and next month, and like I said, a full moon at the end of the week. So no, I'm with all of you, and I so look forward to next Monday, and have a beautiful, beautiful week. Thank you so much for being here. Bye, everybody.